Hello and welcome back to the top 85 games for the BBC Micro Video Countdown series. In at number 7, it's Citadel, Citadel, Citadel. Yes, that's right, it's Citadel from Superior Software, developed by Michael Jakobsen and released in 1985. The game came out for both the BBC Micro and the Acorn Electron. Michael Jakobsen did the port for that as well. And I like to think of Citadel as effectively having created its own genre of game, the arcade puzzler. Now you'll know from this series that I'm a big fan of that genre. We've already looked at games like Palace of Magic and Starport, both of which can be seen as spiritual successors to Citadel, which was the original of its kind. Citadel is an amazing game. Michael Jakobsen did something really special here, managing to cram hundreds of rooms into the limited memory constraints of the time. He used all kinds of clever programming techniques, which I know that users of the Stardot forum and others have marvelled at through disassembled versions of the code. But rather than go on about all the things that are amazing about Citadel, I think the best thing to do is dive in and show you. Okay, let's start it up. Now we've got some fairly lengthy instructions here telling you the story behind the game. And for those of you who perhaps were unfamiliar with Citadel before this video, if you're wondering what on earth was going on as I introduced it, hopefully you will soon see. So just skip through here. There we go, author Michael Jakobsen. There you go. So yes, this was a game that was in part promoting Superior Software's speech utility that had been developed around the same time. Hence the lovely intro there with the synthesized speech introducing us to Citadel, and a nice bit of music too. But here we go, we're going to get into the game. So you've got a choice of layouts here, so you can't completely redefine the keys, but you do have a choice of which style of key use you want to use. I'm going to go with the traditional ZX asterisk question mark, because that's my preferred Beeb gaming style. So we'll go with number 1. And yes, Citadel gives you the choice of male or female. You get a slightly different sprite depending on whether you're male or female. So we'll start off with male, but depending on how far I get, we might have another go and change gender, so to speak. Here we are. Superior Software presents Citadel. A nice little bit of speech again. Welcome to the game. So here we are. All very busy looking sort of intro screen here, and then you get this nice sort of cycling through the various rooms. I mean, not all of them of course, but a sort of selection of them really gives you a sort of appetite for getting into the game. But anyway, let's get into it. So here we are. This is the main hall where we start. And in fact, this actually was the first room that Michael Jakobsen developed when he was putting together the procedures to generate rooms. This is the one that he started with, and indeed it's the beginning of the game. Now, in common with Palace of Magic, of course Palace of Magic would have borrowed this from Citadel, you have a coordinate at the top. You can see 0:0, so we're right at the centre of the sort of layout of rooms, and you've got a name for the room as well, the main hall. We've basically got the ability to jump, and then you can see that we've got these objects here on little mats, so I can pick up an object or I can put it back down, but I can only put it down onto the mat. Now that little wee 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 sound is the sound of my energy depleting, so you can see it's 148 now in the top left. So I think it's every 25 seconds or so your energy will be depleted by 1. So yes, it's a bit of a time constraint involved as well. Now you can replenish your energy. We will hopefully see that in action. But first of all, I'm just going to sort of take a little trip through the game and show some of the features. So you have these little trampolines here, which are rather good fun. So if you hold down both jump and the up key, you can see that he will actually jump higher and higher, and then you can use your directional key to then jump from here onto the rope, oops, and then jump from this rope to this rope, oops, quite avoid the fire or the spikes and whatever they are down there. Now you can see that monk sort of bimbling up and down in the bottom there. We'll come back to him in a minute. But here we are. This is the West Wing. So, just noticed how that's... okay. So there we are. I'm going to come out of the room. So yes, you'll have noticed in Palace of Magic there was a similar effect. So if you lose too much energy at once, it does sort of sparingly move you to the beginning of the room again. Now that bad guy at the bottom with the bendy knees coming up the ladder here, he's horrible. So basically, as soon as you go into the room, he comes towards you. So the only real way to get around him is to wait for him to come up the ladder here, and then oh no, he hasn't done it. There we go. And then, if you're very quick, you can get down here and into the next room. Now in this room, we've got these nice little platforms. Those, I guess they're, I was going to say cow's heads, so I'm not quite sure whether they're cows or bulls or whatever they are on the walls. But yes, don't touch those because they'll take off points of your energy. And we've got a switch here. So if I, oh, there we go. I've turned it down. And now the platform's moving, but it's also causing our friend Mr. Monk to approach. And there we go. So I know that wasn't very easy to see there, but if you jump and cast a spell and you hit him right between the eyes, he disappears. But he doesn't disappear forever. So if I go up here, just oh dear. I got a platform on my head there. That was not quite what I was going for. Let's try that again. So come up through the platform and oh no, hang on. There we go. All right, I'm on one of these little saucers here. But yes, if you come back into the room, which we will do in a bit, you'll see that he comes back. Oof, there's a lot going on there. Right. So yes, we've got quite a few bad guys going on here. We've got a cannon. I'm just going to go off down this way into the wasteland. Now, can you see there's a gate there, the sort of pink and white looking thing just over here? Now, I need a key to be able to clear that, which I don't have at the moment, and the key needs to match the colour of the gate, of course. Now, oh dear, I probably shouldn't have... Yes, right, okay. Now, if I pop back into the room, you can see that the monk goes back to his starting position, and even if I had managed to cast a spell in time to get rid of him, he would have gone back. So yes, he doesn't. You can't really kill them. You can just temporarily remove them from the room for a little bit. Now we've got quite a few trampolines over here, so I reckon if I'm gonna have to avoid that dartboard or flying dartboard or whatever it is. Is it a flying dartboard? It looks like one of those things they used to do at arts and crafts at school. You used to like have all the, was it string or wool or something, and you'd like darn it all around in a circle. There we go. Right, so I've got my key. Here we are. Don't know whether I'll find a door for that key, but let's carry on exploring. Oh, we've got two monks in this room. Oh, now there's a cannon here, but I don't have the means to use it at the moment. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder what. There we go. Managed to take them both out. So yes, you really do have to be precise with your spell casting, because if you shoot them anywhere other than between the eyes, it doesn't kill them. Well, not that it kills them, but it doesn't take them out. It also, by the way, casting spells uses your energy. So, oh no, let's get out of the room. There we go. Oh, he's back again. Of course he's back again. He's always back. So yes, you can't go casting spells willy-nilly. You need to... oh, I haven't got the key for that one. What am I doing? Let's see if I can... Can I get over there? Yeah, let's go over here. Ooh, interesting. Let's see what happens if we go over this way. Oh no, it's not a wall. That's interesting. It looked like it was a wall, but I would walk straight through it. There's a hole in the ground there. I wonder if we can go down there. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, I say. Oh, wow, this is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Now, if I'm sounding like I've never played this game before in my life, bear with me. I have, of course, played Citadel many times, but I will make a confession. I've never completed it. And because there really are so many rooms, I don't have a sort of elephantine memory for every room. So, yeah, I do get surprised by the game even now. I've got certain sort of routes that I tend to take. I haven't done it this time around because I wanted to just kind of give the game a good airing, particularly for if there is anyone watching who's never played Citadel before. must admit, it is one of those games which I can't imagine there are many people, at least of the Beeb gamers, who haven't played it. Now I've got a bottle with a P on it. I'm not sure what that one is. I think it's a potion, possibly. Anyway, let's move on. But yes, if you happen to have never obviously seen Citadel or played Citadel before, and I'm not expecting that everybody who watches my videos has, has necessarily even played on a Beeb before. So I do make these videos with all sorts of audiences in mind. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, I don't really want to be over here. But yes, anyway, the main point I was trying to make there is, yes, even I get surprised by Citadel, and I've certainly played my fair share of it. I wonder if I can. Do you reckon I can jump back out of the room through the ceiling? That'd be quite helpful, wouldn't it? Oh dear, no, I'm not sure I can actually. I'll have to go down here. Oh, there we go. Let's go off this way. The old energy's not doing too well. Look at that, 28. Well, I might well have to start again at some point. And this is the kitchen here. It's nice. I love games with names for rooms. The freezer. I like that. Yes, I do like a game that names every room, especially when it's got as many rooms as Citadel. Now look, that door down there. I've got a key for it, but this is classic of the arcade puzzler, isn't it? You can see where you need to get to, but you can't actually get to it from the room that you're in. Yes. Excellent stuff. Alright, let's see. Oh, hang on, I might be able to get down here. Let's go this way. Yes, I mean, oh gosh, look at this room, my word. Love it. I'm very familiar with this room. I've been in this room many times, but I do rather like it. Now, here we go. Can I get to that door? Let's see. I've only got 16 energy left, so that might be a bit of a problem. Oh! Oh dear. I'm not sure that I can, you know. But then if I can't get to it from here, I'm not quite sure. Oh no, that was my head. Come on, surely. Yes! With 4 energy left, I managed to clear the gate. And I'm in the freezer. But there are some rolling snowballs by the looks of it here. Very appropriate for the... Oh dear. Oh, 12 energy. This is terrible. I really need one of those energy flasks. Managed to collect one earlier, but... Oh gosh. Come on, here we go. Let's go down here. Oh. Alright, well, maybe we can follow this one along. No, it's going to come rolling back, isn't it? Unless... Here we go. There we go, that's it. Now we can go this way. Ooh, there's an energy flask. Okay, so let's do that trick again. So wait for it to come back. And then leap out of the way and grab the energy flask. Well, 38 is better than 8, I suppose. Aha! A crystal. Oh, don't cast a spell. Right, so I've got I think it's a crystal. Pretty sure that one's a crystal. Now, the aim, I didn't really go into the detail of it in the introduction, but one of the aims of Citadel is to get the crystals to the temple, and once you have, I'm trying to remember now, is it 5 crystals? You can activate the teleporter, which takes you to the spaceport. And then I think there's another mission that you have to carry out there, and eventually you come back and destroy the teleport to prevent the evil Marduk from invading Earth. That's the overall story of Citadel. Now, I don't have enough carry slots to pick up that chicken over there. If I recall correctly, I think you need the chicken as a means of tackling there's a wolf at some point. I think you have to give the chicken to. What I might try and do, if I don't run out of energy beforehand, is actually I can just go back down here, can't I? Yes, I might go and see if I can get that crystal onto the temple. I'm not sure if I'll manage to do it, but the temple, I think it's this way. It's one of the external bits of Citadel, so outside of the castle. Oh gosh, pig heads. Oof. Look at them jumping up and down. Reminds me a little bit of good old Save Your Bacon. Alright, here we go. Oh, goodness me, look at that! 7? Oof. I don't know if I'm going to make it to where I need to get to. Now you notice this one, I can't go up here. My body's too fat to get up through this this gap here, so I have to come back to that one at some point. I think there's another object that you have to pick up to either make you thinner or possibly break the gap. I can't remember which way round it is. But, oh, good lord! All right. Oh, I've got 2 energy points left. Don't think I'm going to be making it to the temple. 1 energy point. I mean, to be honest, that 1 energy point will go in 25 seconds anyway, so unless I find a flask in... Oh, no, that's it. Game over. I like how he sits down before he dies. He sort of sits down and gives up. Well, we didn't get to the temple, so I think what we'll do is... hang on a second. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start again, but I'll pick the female character this time, just so you get to see that one. So bear with me a moment. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to be male. I want to pick this one and female. You are female. Yes. See-Ta-Dell. So now you can come back into the game, and there you go. I have a different sprite as my character. Got blonde hair this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off in search of the temple, which I believe is this way. But yeah, so oops, didn't manage to make it last time because of my energy levels being too low. But yes, we'll come back to this room here. And head off this way. Now, interestingly, if you have seen my Palace of Magic video, I think one of the people who left me a nice comment asked about the sort of colour clash that well, not colour clash. Colour clash is probably the wrong expression. Colour clash is more of a Spectrum game issue where the character is surrounded by essentially a coloured square, and then as they pass through things, you can see the background of the box that they're inside. Now that doesn't happen in Citadel or indeed Palace of Magic, but you'll notice that as my character goes past the pillar, the colours of the sprite sort of switch. It's using an exclusive OR, which is a bit operator. Now, the reason that Michael Jakobsen did it was to enable very fast redraw, essentially, or rather avoid having to do any kind of redrawing, because by using that technique, you essentially can just keep everything on the screen. You just flip the bits, and it allows you to have many things moving all at once. Goodness gracious, all these things. Many things moving on the screen at once without having to keep redrawing the screen. So very, very clever technique. I don't have the key for this gate. In fact, I'm not quite sure why I've come up here now. Yes, I was talking too much there, getting too involved in the exclusive OR operators. So let's come back down here, because actually I wanted to go down this way, because that'll take us outside of the castle to the beach. There we go, on the beach. Might grab that key while I'm here. And we'll head off this way. Here we go. Now this is another wonderful, wonderful effect of Citadel. Look, swimming, complete with lovely swishing sounds. Oh, hang on, there's an energy flask down there. Let's go and grab that. Oof, some nasty underwater bad guys. Oh, oh no! Hang on. There we go. Right, let's come up this way. Let's go up for air. Oh. But yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. This is reminiscent of the sort of underwater segments of games like Super Mario Brothers, amongst others. But here it is on the Beeb. Love it. Right. Okay, let's come back down. Stop getting marauded by jellyfish. And up we go onto this little saucer platform. Just mind the snake over there. Ay, ay, ay. Ah! Alright, here we go. Oof, there's a bad monk here. Ooh, here he comes. Ah! No, come back. That is one nice feature. If they come running towards you and you've got space to get past, get back onto the previous screen, it does save you the ignominy. Come on, let's get. There he goes. Right, now come on. No, I felt sure I got him between the eyes there. You do have to be quite precise. Oh, come on. Right. There we go. Right. We're on the island. Keep going this way. Ooh, there's a skull there. Oof. Not sure what that one's for. Let's go up this rope. And head over this way. Oh, look. Another one of the bad monks. Ah! Right, come on. Let's head through here. Keep on moving. But I mean, you can already appreciate from the little that I've shown of the game. There's just so many rooms. It is incredible how many rooms and how vast this game really is. So here we are. We're in the temple. So yes, I think if I'm right, this is where you're supposed to place your crystals as you gather them. But I haven't got. Oh my goodness! No! Don't come into the temple without crystals, because that will happen to you. So yes, you need to place your crystals here. I haven't got any because unfortunately the one that I captured in the previously I then died. So I'm going to have to head back to the castle and see whether or not I can make some more progress elsewhere. But yes, the sheer vastness of Citadel is just incredible. Just incredible for a 32 kilobyte game. I mean, it's not even 32 kilobytes, it's less than that because of course you have to allow for screen memory and everything else. So and with it being in mode 2, it's not as if he was making things easy for himself when he programmed this one, because mode 2 is not very forgiving when it comes to memory. It really does use up a large chunk of the available 32K. I mean, to be honest, it's even more impressive in a way that he managed to get it working on the Electron as well. So many Citadel fans out there will know the game actually from the Electron rather than from the Beeb. But yes, an impressive feat in every respect. I've just realised, oh dear, my energy was pretty low at that point, and down I went. So we might do a little bit more exploring. I'll stay as the female character now, since it requires me to restart the game in order to change. So we'll just do a little bit more exploring just to see a bit more of the game. But there you go. There's one of the doors that I think there was. I think that was one of the keys that I picked up. Maybe I'll go and get that key, because if I get that key, that'll unlock that area. So we'll head off over here again and try and grab the key that was necessary for that door. But yes, obviously it probably goes without saying, but I always say that. I say it goes without saying, and then I say it anyway. But yes, this is absolutely not a game that you have any hope of being able to complete without a map. And there's several of them floating around on the internet. If you ever feel the urge to get yourself a map. I think in the Acorn: A World in Pixels book there is at least a part of the map in the book. If not the whole thing. But I mean, Citadel is just so vast that you really do... Oh dear. Didn't quite get my positioning right there. I thought I could follow those fires, but it wasn't to be. So we'll come up here, and we jump up here, and then follow them along, and follow them along. There we go. Right. So let's go outside. Go to the beach, and get this key. I'm fairly sure it was that colour key that I needed for that door that I was having trouble with just now. So let's do the same trick. Go. Oh dear, that didn't work, did it? Ah! Oh my word. Yes, I read the interview with Michael Jakobsen in that Acorn book, and he did say that part of his thinking behind the energy meter, rather than just having a life counter, is that some games that he was familiar with back in the day were very unforgiving, and if the pixel collision detection wasn't very precise, it left some players losing a life and then feeling a bit hard done by. So he decided that he was going to have a technique or a mechanic, if you like, for his game, where actually you didn't lose your life if you hit. Oops, just walk straight through that bag of snakes. He thought he'd have a method that, you know, was a bit more sparing, a little bit kinder to the player. There we go. Da-da. So let's come through here. We're in the cellar. Oh, there's a cellar in Palace of Magic as well, actually. Oh, goodness gracious, what was that? Well, this is a room of pain. Look, there's one of those marauding potato men over there. Look at him. Comes straight for you. Anyway, let's go this way and see what else we can find. But yes, I mean, I think if you really get good at Citadel, you can get through pretty much every room without losing energy. It is doable. Oh goodness! Speaking of which, there's oh yes, to come up this way to get the energy. I'm probably not demonstrating great prowess at how to play the game well, but you know, it's gives you something to aim for, I suppose. So yes, I think I mentioned it possibly in the Palace of Magic review that if we're talking in terms of how much time I've spent playing each game, I've definitely spent more time on Palace of Magic. It's a game I actually completed, unlike Citadel. But Citadel had to come in the rankings at a higher position just because it is the original. It's the game that launched this entire genre of puzzle platformers. You know, without Citadel, we just wouldn't have had some of those other games. I know that when I interviewed Tony Oakton, that interview, by the way, is online on the A-Bug channel for anyone who hasn't seen it. But yeah, if you listen to the interview with him, you'll hear him say that Citadel was one of the big inspirations for him. It's what got him into wanting to develop games in the first place. And that inspiration shines through in games like Camelot and Quest, and obviously Starport, which we've seen as well in this series. So yes, you know, without Citadel, there just wouldn't have been these other games, and therefore, for me, it had to be in the top 10. And you know, perhaps some of you will think it should be even higher than the position I've brought it in at, but nevertheless, it is in the top 10. It is one of the very finest games for the BBC Micro, and I've only got 3 energy points left, which suggests that I'm not going to be lasting much longer. But anyway, this was never designed to be a walkthrough video. This is very much a review and to give you a flavour of the game. Citadel, what more is there to say? It is fantastic. It's one of the archetypal games for the Beeb and the Electron as well. I think everyone who's played it loves it, and there's just so much to love, not just in the game, but also in the code as well, for those who take an interest in that kind of thing. So there we are, that's Citadel from Superior Software, 1985. I've brought it in at number 7, but do feel free to leave me a comment if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your memories about playing the game as well. But until the next time, goodbye.